Alright guys, I want to go ahead and do a couple of problems solving some of these rational equations. Fractions seem to be a lot of difficulty for students, so we're going to go ahead and do a couple of these. An easy one and then a more challenging one. And what I always tell my students is these fractions here, you want to get rid of them. And what you want to do is you want to find the least common denominator. So the LCD, or what we call the least common multiple. So we take the multiples of 2, 6, and 1. Now the 1 is not really going to matter, but let's go ahead and do 2. Multiples are the multiplication, so 2 times 1, 2 times 2, 2 times 3, 2 times 4, and so on. What about 6? 6 times 1, 6 times 2, 6 times 3, and so on and so forth. And what you want to do is you want to look at the smallest one that's in common, so it's a 6 right here. So what does that mean? Well, that means I'm going to take my 6 and I'm going to multiply it by the whole fraction, the whole equation right here. And I'm going to be distributing this 6 into everything. Okay, just like so. So remember, fractions just multiply top, top, bottom, bottom. So this guy over here is going to give me 24 minus 42x over 6 equals 30 divided by 2. Well, I can go ahead and simplify that. Well, you guys know 42 divided by 6 is 7. 30 divided by 2 is 15. And that's a lot easier to solve now. Well, you take the 24 over, so that becomes a minus 24x. Remember, this guy goes over here, so that's 15x minus 24. Negative 7x equals 15 minus 24 is negative 9. And when we divide both sides, you're going to get negative 9 over negative 7, which becomes 9 over 7. Okay? Or if you want, it becomes 1 and 2/7. Okay? So notice how we went ahead and got rid of that fraction. Now for this guy, we do much the same thing. The only problem is students get confused with these x's right here. A little bit more difficult, but much the same thing. Okay, hopefully you guys already see that the least common number between 2, 4, and 8 is going to be 8. So we're going to take the 8, multiply it to the whole thing, okay? And actually, we're going to do 8x because see, these have the x on the bottom. And I want to go ahead and get rid of those. So I'm going to multiply everything by 8x. So when I get the top, I'm going to get 8x times x plus 1. On the bottom, I have 2x. Then I have this guy here. Same thing, I have 8x times x minus 3 over 4x. Continue, and then we're going to do this last one. We're going to have 8x times 1 divided by 8. And then you notice we're going to go ahead and simplify. These guys out here are monomials. They're by themselves. So I can simplify that. Okay, you cannot go ahead and cross out the x, remember, because this guy is a binomial. These guys are monomials. You can do that. Same thing with this guy. X and x, those guys simplify. And also 8 divided by 2, well, that's 4. X plus 1 plus. Now you have this guy here, 8 times x minus 3. And 8 divided by 8 is 1, or 1x. Now you can go ahead and distribute here, so you're going to get 4x plus 4. Don't forget to distribute that back one. 8x minus, 24 equals x. Okay, so very important, guys. Multiply these out here in the back. Now I can combine like terms. Well, I have a 4 and a positive 8. That's going to give me 12. And then I have a positive 4 and a negative 24. That's going to give me a negative 20. Okay. And then let's go ahead and take this negative 20 over here. Let's take this positive x to the left so we can combine it with the 12. 12x minus, remember it's jumping the equal sign, is equal to 20. 12x minus 1x is 11x. And then we just divide by 11. And your answer is 20 divided by 11. And I can go ahead and leave it like that. So hopefully, guys, that makes some sense. Remember, you look at the bottom, you find the least common multiple, simplify it, and eliminate those fractions, and you're just going to go ahead and do the algebra after that. Alright, guys, good luck. See you guys soon.